When chapman billies leave the street and drowsy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit boozing at the nappy and getting foo and unco happy, we think na on the lang Scots miles, the mosses, waters, slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth found honest Tam o' Shanter, as he frae air a night did canter. Auld air, and nearer town surpasses for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, hadst thou but been sae wise as ta'en thy ain wife Kate's advice, she told thee weel thou was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, that frae November till October, a market day thou was nae sober, that ilka melder wi' a miller thou sat as long as thou had siller, that every nag was caught ashore, and the smith and thee got roaring fore, that at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou drank with Carton Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catched wi' warlocks in the murk by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me greet to think how many counsels sweet, how many lengthened sage advices the husband frae the wife despises. But to our tale. A market night, Tam had got planted unco right, fast by an ingle bleezing finely, wi' reaming swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow Suitor Johnny, his ancient trusty drouthy crony. Tam lured him like a very brother. They had been fooled for weeks together. The night drave on with sangs and clatter, and aye the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious with favours, secrets sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle, Tam didna mind a storm a whistle. Care mad to see a man sae happy, e'en drown himself among the nappy. As bees flee hame wi' lades of treasure, the minutes wing their way wi' pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er a' the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed. Or like the snow falls in the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the borealis race that flit ere you can point the place. Or like the rainbow's lovely form vanishing amid the storm. Nae man can tell a time or tide, the hour approaches Tam maun ride. That hour, on night's black arch the key stain, the dreary hour he mounts his beast in, and sick a night he tacks the road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twad blown its last, the rattling showers rose on the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud, deep, and long the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand, the deil had business on his hand. Wheel mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg, Tam skelped on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whiles holding fast his good blue bonnet, whiles crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, whiles glowering round with prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Alloway was drawing nigh, where guests and hoolits nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chapman smored, and past the Berks and Micklestane, where drunken Charlie Bracksneck bane, and through the whins and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn, and near the thorn aboon the well, where Mungo's mither hanged hersel. Before him doom pours all his floods. The doubling storm roars through the woods. The lightnings flash from pole to pole. Near and more near the thunders roll. When glimmering through the groaning trees, Caer Galloway seemed in a blaze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. With Tiffany we fear nae evil, with Usquaby we'll face the devil. The swat sae reamed in Tammy's noddle, fair play he cared not deals a bodle. But Maggie stood right sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the light. And thou, Tam, saw an unco sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotillion Brent knew frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys, and reels put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat old Nick in shape of beast. A towsy tyke, black, grim, and large, to gie the music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and gart them skirl, till roof and rafters are did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses, that showed the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip slight, each in its cold hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the haly table a murderer's banes in gibbet airns. 'Twas span lang wee and christened bairns. A thief new cutted frae a rape, wi' his last gasp his gad to gape. 5 tomahawks with blood red rusted, 5 scimitars wi' murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son o' life bereft. The grey hairs yet stuck to the heft, wi' marrow horrible and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they cleeked, till ilka carlin swat and reeked, and coosed her duddies to the work, and linked at it in her sack. Now Tam, oh Tam, had they been queens, all plump and strapping in their teens, their sacks instead of creasy flanning been snow-white 1700 linen, their bricks of mine, my only pair, that ants were plush o' good blue hair, I would have gi'en them off my herdies for ae blink o' the bonny birdies. But withered beldames, old and droll, rig woody hags, what speen a fowl, loping and flinging on a crummock, I wonder dinna turn thy stomach. But Tam kenned what was what fu brawly. There was ae winsome wench Shanwally that night enlisted in the corps. Lang after kenned on Carrick shore, for mony a beast to dead she shot, and perished mony a bonny boat, and shook baith mickle corn and bear, and kept the countryside in fear. Her catty sack o' paisley harn, that while a lassie she had worn, in longitude though sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vanty. Ah, little kenned thy reverend granny that sack she coughed for her wee Nanny, wi' 12 pund Scots. 'Twas all her riches, whatever graced a dance o' witches. But hear my muse, her wing maun cour, sick flights are far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny lap and flang, a supple jade she was and strang, and how Tam stood like ane bewitched, and thought his very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged full fain, in hotched and blue wi' might and main. Erst he keep a sign anither, Tam tint his reason all together, and roars out, "Well done, Currysack!" And in an instant. All was dark. Scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied. As bees besout we angry fight, when plundering herds assail their bite, as open pussies mortal foes, when pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd, when catch the thief resounds aloud. So Maggie runs, the witches follow, with money and eldritch screech and hollow. Tom, thou'lt get thy fare in hell they'll roast thee like a herring. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the key stain of the brig. Thereat and thou thy tail may toss, a running stream they dare not cross. But ere the key stain she could make, the feint a tail she had to shake. For Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tom with furious mettle. But little wished she Maggie's mettle. Spring brought off her master hail, but left behind her a grey tail. The carlin caught her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, wha this tale of truth shall read, ilk man and mother's son take heed. Whene'er to drink you are inclined, or cutty socks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys o'er dear. Remember Tam o' Shanter's mare.